Morning, students. In this video we are going to discuss about electronic mail security module 2, and today we are going to discuss in this video the secure multi-purpose internet mail exchange messages. Let's see an overview. In this video we are going to discuss about the secured multi-purpose internet mail exchange messages, the content types which have been used in this SMMIE, like enveloped data, signed data, clear signed data, registration request, and the certificate only messages. Let us discuss about in detail about the SMIME messages. The secure multi-purpose internet mail exchange makes use of a number of new multi-purpose internet mail extension content types, which are going to discuss in this video. All of the new application types use the destination PKCS. This refers to a set of public key cryptographic specifications issued by RSA Laboratories and made available for the secure multi-purpose internet mail exchange efforts. We examine each of this in turn after first looking at the general procedure for SMIME message preparations. Actually, if you're going to see about that, securing an MIME entity, SMIME secures a MIME entity with a signature, encryption, or both. A MIME entity may be an entire message, or if the MIME content type is a multi-part, then a MIME entity is one or more of the subparts of the messages. The MIME entity is prepared according to the normal rules of MIME message preparation. Then the MIME entity plus some security related data such as algorithm identifiers and certificates are processed by secure MIME to produce what is known as PKCS, public key cryptography specification object. A public key cryptography specific objects is then treated as message content and warped in MIME, which is going to be provided with appropriate MIME headers. This process should become clear as we look at specific objects and provides the example. In particular, for a given type and subtype, the appropriate canonical form is used for the message content. Let us discuss about the content types. Let's discuss the SMIME content types. The SMIME content type has two types, one as a multi-part, another as an application, and which has a subtype of for a multi-part it is a subtype assigned, and SMA parameter is going to be nothing, and description gives that a clear signed message into two parts. One is the message and the other is the signature. And the second type application, which has 5 subtypes as PKCS 7 MIME, PKCS 7 signature, and which consisting of an individual SMIME parameter as PKCS 7 MIME, which has an SMIME parameter as signed data, which gives the description of a signed SMIME entity. And the second one, which has an enveloped data, have a description of an encrypted SIME entity. And the third one, degenerate signatured data, which has an entity containing only public key certificates. And the fourth one, a compressed data, which has a compressed SMMA entity. And the fifth one, signed data, the content type of a signature, subpart of a multi-part signed message, which is going to be the particular content type which is going to be used in the secured MIME. The use of transfer encoding requires a special attention. For most cases, the result of applying the security algorithm will be to produce an object that is practically or totally represented in arbitrary binary data. This will then be warped in a outer MIME message, and transfer encoding can be applied at the point, typically a base 64, radix 64. However, in this case of a multi-part signed message, the message content in one of the subpart is unchanged by the security process. Unless that content is 7-bit, it should be transfer encoded using a base 64 or a coded printable, so that there is no danger of altering the content to which the signed data was applied. Let us see about the types of content which is going to be present in the MIME. It's have a range of content types as enveloped data, signed data, cleared signed data, registration request, certificate only message. Let us see one by one. An application, an application public key cryptography specification 7 MIME subtype is used for one of the four category of secure MIME processing, each with a unique SIMI type parameter. In all cases, the resulting entity is represented in a form known as basic encoding rule BER, which is defined in ITUT recommendations X.209. The basic encoding rule formats contains of arbitrary octet strings and is therefore binary data. Such an object should be encoded with radix 64 in the outer MIME message. Let me discuss about the envelope data. The envelope data, the steps for preparing an envelope data MIME entities are: first one, generate a pseudo-random key, a session key for a particular symmetric encryption algorithm, which has RC240 or triple DES. Second one, for each receptant, encrypt the session key with the receptant's public RSA key. Third one, for each receptant, prepare a block known as receptant information that contains an identifier of the receptant's public key certificate, an identifier of the algorithm used to encrypt the session key, and the encrypted session key. The fourth one, encrypt the message content with the session key. The receptant info blocks followed by the encrypted content constitute the envelope data. This information is then decoded into radix 64 or base 64. Let us see about a sample message in the enveloped data, which consisting of a content type which specifies application PKCS 7 MIME. SMMI type is nothing but enveloped data, which has a name as MIME P7M. And the second one, content transfer encoding, which is going to use base 64 or radix 64. And the third one, content disposition, which has an attachment file name as smime.p7m and as data of this particular information which is going to be present over there. To recover the encrypted messages, the receptant first strip off the base 64 encoding, then the receptant private key is used to recover the session key. Finally, the message content is decrypted with the same session key. Let's discuss about the second one, signed data. The signed data, a SIMI type, can be used with one or more signers. For clarity, we confine our description to the case of a single digital signature. The steps for preparing a signed data MIME entities are: the first one, select a message digest algorithm, maybe an SHA or message digest file. The second one, compute the message digest as an hash function of the content to be signed. Third one, encrypt the message digest with the signer's private key. The fourth one, prepare a block known as signer information that contains the signature or signer's public key certificate, an identifier of the message digest algorithm, an identifier of the algorithm used to encrypt the message digest, and the encrypted message digest. The signed data entity consists of a series of blocks including a message digest algorithm identifier, the message being signed, and signature information. The signed data entity may also include a set of public key certificates sufficient to constitute a chain from a recognized root or top level certification authority to the signer. This information is then encoded into base 64. Let us see about a sample message of the particular signed data, which also has a content type of application PKCS7 MIME. SMME type is nothing but the signed data name SMME .p7m. The content type is nothing but base 64, the content disposition attachment file name and SMME p7m, and it has encrypted information like this. And to recover the signed message and verify the signature, the receptant first strips off the base 64 encoding, then the signature or a signer public key is used to decrypt the message digest. The receptant independently computes the message digest and compares it to the decrypted message digest to verify the signature. Let us see about the third one, clear sign. Clear sign, which is nothing but clear sign is achieved using the multi-part content type with a signed subtype. As mentioned, this signing process does not involve transforming the message to be signed, so that the message is sent in a clear, thus receptant with MIME capability but not SMME capability are able to read the incoming message. The multi-part signed message has two parts. The first part may be or can be any MIME type, but must be prepared so that it will not be altered during the transfer from source to destination. This means that if the first part is not 7-bit, then it needs to be encoded using a base 64 or coded printable. Then this part is processed in the same manner as signed data. But in this case, an object with signed data format is created that as an empty message content field. This object is a detached signature. It is then transfer encoded using base 64 to become the second part of the multi-part signed message. The second part as an MIME content type of application and a subtype of PKCS7 signature. Let us see about a simple message of the particular clear signed data, which also has a content type of multi-part signed and has a protocol which specifies the application PKCS7 signature, and which is going to give start the boundaries, and the boundary level is going to be mentioned as boundary 42, and within this boundary which is going to have the content type which is going to be a plain or a text. This is a clear signed message which is going to be present over there and wind up with the boundary, and later it's going to start again with the content type applications PKCS7 signature name SMIME.p76, and which is going to specify the content type or transfer encoding as base 64 and content disposition attachment, and the file name is equal to SMME.p76, and which has an encrypted data as like this, and finally it's going to wind up with the boundary. The protocol parameter indicates that this is a two-part clear signed entity. The Michael parameter, the second one, which is going to MICALG parameter, indicates the type of message digest used. The receiver can verify the signature by taking the message digest of the first part and comparing the message to the message digest recovered from the signature in the second part. Let's see about the fourth one, registration request. Typically, an application or user will apply to a certification authority for a public key certificate. The application PKCS10 SMME entity is used to transfer a certificate request. The certificate request indicates certificate include certification request information block, followed by an identifier of the public key, encryption algorithm, followed by the signature of the certification register info block made using the sender's private key. The certificate request information block includes a name of the certificate subject, the entity whose public key is to be certified, and a bit string representation of the user's public key. The last one, certificates only message. A message containing only certificate or a certificate revocation list, or CRL can be sent in response to a registration request. The message is an application PKCS 7 MIME type subtype with an SMMA type parameter of degenerate. The steps involved are the same as those for creating a signed data message, except that there is no message content and the signature information field is empty. So this is about an secure multi-purpose internet mail extension messages. So we have come across with the message and the content types as enveloped data, signed data, cleared signed data, registration request, and certificate only message. I hope that this video may be helpful for you people to understand about the secured multi-purpose internet mail extension messages and its content types. If you have any query, kindly you can post the query to me. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.